Leveling up extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.
Hi, I'm George Swift and welcome to the Leveling Up Podcast. The Leveling Up Podcast is here to give you the personal development, the entrepreneurial development and the business growth that you, the ambitious business owner, desires. I'm here to give you the inspiration, the motivation, but above all else to challenge your aspirations to take you and your business to the next level. Don't forget, subscribe and never miss an episode. And in this episode, I want to share with you the 2 words that are going to keep you safe, the 2 words that are going to keep you sleeping soundly at night, the 2 words that are absolutely essential that you hold on to. I want you to take these into the weekend. I want you to sit in them and then come out on Monday all guns blazing. Today, it's all about trust and hope. Now, for some people, they'll get this straight away. For other people, this isn't such an easy concept to get a hold of. It's very hard to just create hope from nothing. It's very hard to trust when it feels like there's nothing to trust. However, if you can sit in hope and if you can keep hold of hope and if you can trust, then I'm telling you now, not only will you be able to sleep soundly at night, but you're also going to be able to function in your business. You'll be able to get up, face the world. You'll be able to keep on going. Yes, you need tactics. You need strategy. Yes, you need a fight. Absolutely. However, hope and trust sit inside you as resources that shield you from the external world. For example, how would you feel right now if you knew for a fact that we'd get over this period that we're going in right now, things would bounce back and that you'd be back on track and that the future for you was going to be full of possibility and potential? The chances are you wouldn't feel anywhere near as bad about what's going on today, this present day, as you do right now. So, of course, you can't be 100% certain. There are no guarantees. The way things are playing out right now in politics, the way things are playing out right now in terms of 1 minute, it seems like we think we know the direction we're going, and literally overnight, we find ourselves being announced to that we're going into another lockdown, and here we are in a lockdown right now. And therefore, it's very hard to have that certainty. So what we haven't got in certainty, we want to make sure that we maintain in trust. So I can't trust the government are going to get me out on the 2nd of December. Within 24 hours of it being announced that we were going into a lockdown, there was already a lot of speculation that we might have to go into lockdown for longer, perhaps even a lot longer. Now, again, Boris has come out and Boris has said this isn't true. We will be coming out on the 2nd. However, I've also seen him start to dilute that message already a little bit, and it's starting to sound a little bit like I expect that to be the case, and this is what we're working to, rather than an absolute promise. Don't forget, we were promised that they were going to avoid a circuit break, and we end up in a full-blown lockdown. So we can't have total and utter certainty that we're going to come out of lockdown on the 2nd of December. We can't have certainty that Christmas is going to happen in any way, real shape or form. We don't know. Is it going to be just our household? Are we going to have a few people over? Are we going to come out of lockdown temporary, go back into lockdown? Are more lockdowns coming in January? Of course. So how can we have certainty? How can we be certain that we're going to get through this period, things are going to bounce back and my life's going to be full of possibility? We can't. Evidently, we cannot trust that's going to happen either. So how do we use trust? How do we have to nurture trust inside ourselves? We have to nurture that even if we don't come out on the 2nd of December, I'm still going to be okay. Even if I don't get to have Christmas with all my family or friends, it's going to be okay. Even if the economy crashes or crashes more than it is right now, it's going to be okay. Even if all this stuff that's going on, right, all the unknowns and uncertainties and all the things that I cannot trust in, I certainly can't be certain of, what I can trust in, I can trust that I'm going to be okay. I can trust that it will be okay. I can trust that the possibility that exists for me exists in the future, but it also exists for me right now. I can have hope. I can hope that the world will become this better place. I personally believe, by the way, that a lot of things are starting to break down. I think that we're in a little bit of a battle right now. I think that we're in a battle between small business and mega corporations. I think, Amazon, which is becoming wealthier and wealthier and wealthier because of lockdown, off the back of smaller independent businesses that are becoming poorer and poorer and poorer and having to shut their doors. I think there's a little bit of a battle going on right now. And I think actually as a society, whilst we're spending the money with Amazon, actually I think we're starting to really gain a greater insight and connection to our more local businesses and local retail. I think there's a long way to go, by the way, but I actually believe that the wake up that we're going to get when people start realizing, you know what, it's convenient to go to Amazon, and I know Amazon does support a lot of independent businesses, for example, but fundamentally, you know, they're getting rich off the back of our local community shops, etc., getting poor. And that doesn't sit well with many of us. So I do believe we're looking at, I think mental health right now has never been on the radar like it has been these last few months, and increasingly right now. So yeah, you know, we've had mental health awareness and we've talked about it, stuff conceptually, but I think actually, you know, it's really becoming something that people are taking a lot more seriously than they were. I think that can only be a good thing. I think the fact that we're looking at re-engineering our businesses in a way so that we can function in a world at a more global level, I think that's a good thing, that we can compete with big businesses online. Now, of course, we've been able to do business online for years, potentially the last decade, 2 decades. That's been possible for us. But I think many businesses that had never really considered it have been forced into that. And I think there's lots of good there. So whilst I could look at all the doom and gloom, I could look at the narrative that's playing out right now. I could look at the trajectory of the messaging out there in the world, and I could be full of doom and gloom and misery and depression, and it could all be pessimistic and dark. However, I see so much to be hopeful for. I see so much that we can gain from this. I see that society can actually bond more because we've been separated. I think we've appreciated that connection that we have taken for granted so much more because it's been taken away from us. The securities that we have, that we can meet our friends, we can go to the pub, we can go to the game, they've been taken away. And because of that, we're having to really reassess and reevaluate what's important to us. And some of the things we thought were important, we realize weren't important. And some of the things we took for granted, we realize are so important. And I actually think there's so much that we're learning already, and we will continue to learn as this thing plays out. Yes, there's threats out there, and yes, there's some dark stuff that potentially could come to pass, and we're living through some darker stuff right now. But actually, I think there's a lot to be hopeful for. And when I focus on the hope and I hold on to that hope breeds inside of me, grows inside of me, and then I can pass on a message of hope to other people. Maybe you listening right now, maybe I'm sparking that little bit of hope in you, and that grows inside of you and you pass it on. So in a world where we've been messaged over and over again with doom and gloom and negativity and fear and anxiety and worry and pessimism, actually, there's so much to be hopeful for. There's so much that could come from this. And when I hold on to that, and when you hold on to that, you feel more empowered today. You feel more positive today. You're going to interact with people better today. You'll be more higher performing today. You're going to function better. You're going to be more successful because you hold on to that hope than if you buy into the negative narrative or you focus on all the things that are hopeless right now. With trust, it's the same thing. I could focus on all the uncertainty. I could focus on all the insecurities that I have. I could focus on all the things that I don't know and all the things that I can't trust in and all the things that I distrust and disbelieve and all the things that I'm scared of. I could focus on those things. Or you know what? I could nurture just trusting. I trust in myself. I'll trust that no matter what happens, I'll navigate my business through this. No matter what happens, I'll continue to do my mission, my purpose. I'll continue to help other business owners to navigate whatever they need to navigate through. Right now, we have a very specific set of situations that we're trying to navigate as small business owners, but it hasn't changed fundamentally what I do day in, day out, which is help business owners to navigate challenges and problems in order to ultimately fulfill their potential so that they can achieve what they want to achieve in their businesses, give back what they want to give back to society through their businesses, and create the success and the lifestyle and the quality of life that they want to have for them, their families, and their loved ones. That hasn't changed. It's just the terrain, the landscape has changed. So I sit there and I have absolute faith in my ability to navigate myself through these challenges. I want you to have that faith in yourself, that trust in yourself. I trust in society. While so much of society is fragmented and turning in on itself, I trust that fundamentally when I see all the good that's in people, when I see the hearts of people, fundamentally the disagreements are at the top level, we connect so deeply underneath that. I believe that's going to shine through. I trust in humanity. I might distrust the government. I might distrust the media. I might distrust what I'm being told. But fundamentally, I trust in myself, I trust in you, I trust in humanity, And I trust that this is going to be a good time for us and we're going to get through this and it's all going to be better because of it. Now, I appreciate if you're not in that space, this is not an easy message to listen to, let alone connect with. This message is not necessarily to instill trust in you or hope in you, but more ignite the spark that you acknowledge that actually, you know what, when I'm in hope and when I'm connected to that faith and that trust in myself, humanity, and something bigger than myself, science, nature, if you're religious, it might be your God. But if you trust in something bigger than you trust in yourself and you trust in the rest of humanity, that's a safe place to be. And when I have all the hope, I hope that things are going to be good. I can see how the possibility exists out there. I can see that the price we're paying right now in terms of the economy, in terms of the social re-engineering that's happening around the country and around the world, I can see something much better on the other side. I can see it. I can tangibly connect with it. Is it a certainty? No. And if I'm looking for those certainties, I will go into fear. But if I sit in the hope and I sit in the faith and I sit in the trust, it all exists for me and I sit in that possibility. From there, I'm higher functioning. From there, I'm happier. I'm more fulfilled. From there, I can navigate the world much, much better. I'm nicer to be around. My relationships will benefit from it. Everything will be better, even though nothing has changed in the outside world. So go into this weekend and nurture that hope, nurture that trust. I know sometimes it feels hopeless. And I know there's so much to distrust in this world. But if you look for it, there's so much good happening. If you look at your own life, so much positivity has come out of this time. Yes, there's some negative stuff as well. Of course there is. But if we focus on the good, we focus on the hope, we nurture that trust, we're better, we function better, we can navigate the world better, we're more fun to be around, we're better people for the people that care about us, we're better husbands, better wives, we're better parents. And I really mean this. I truly, truly believe that whilst I do not know exactly how this is going to play out, I truly believe that the future is going to be better because of it. And I truly believe that when we look back at this time, so much of what's good in our future will have come from this time that we're in right now. The challenges we're facing, the struggles we're facing, individually, I think we're going to realize so much of what we've got has come from this time. Also, as a society, I genuinely believe we're going to look back and realize that so much of the positive change that's coming on the other side of this came from this period. Watch this space. I genuinely believe there is an absolute golden world sitting under the crust that maybe looks a little bit like a pile of shit right now. And I believe it's trying to hatch out. There's a little bit of a tussle going on right now, but I truly believe the future we want, the world we want, is going to be born from this time. Have an awesome weekend. Do whatever it is you need to do in order to harness that hope and that trust inside yourself. Stay positive. I'll be back here on Monday. We'll do it all over again. I'm committed to helping you, supporting you through these challenging times. If you want to check out what we're doing at Success Groups, then please go to biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. Or if you're ready for a chat, why not reach out to Tracy Miller, my partner in life and in business. You can see her email in the descriptions as well. tracy.miller@biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. We look forward to hearing from you. We'd love to meet you. I'll see you on Monday either way. Until then, as always, be successful.
Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.